Good morning, students. The morning breeze is reminding us about the freshness of the day. I'm Sudhanshu Dikshit, PGT English from Kendriya Vidyalaya number 3, Agra, Kant. Today I am going to share a lesson with you, that is the starting lesson, lesson number 1 from English Core, and the name of the textbook is Flamingo. The name of the lesson is The Last Lesson, and the writer of this lesson is Alfonso Jordet. The learning outcomes of the lesson is the snippets or main points with comprehension of text. Now, candidate, main characters of the text: French, a young schoolboy; M. Hamel, a school teacher of French language; place, Alsace-Lorraine, a small town which was territory of France, but it lost to the Germans after Franco-Prussian War in 1870. As you can see a map also on the screen. So here you will have a clear view that this place was located between Germany and France and was a place of rivalry between these two, and the theme of the chapter based on this. First of all, let's go to the summary of the chapter. The story is narrated by a French boy. He is lazy but sensitive and likes to play. He dislikes studying French and hates his teacher M. Hamel. After overpowering their districts of Alsace and Lorraine in France, Berlin has ordered that German language instead of French be taught in the school there. It is the last day of their French teacher M. Hamel, who has been there for 40 years. He is full of grief and nostalgia and patriotism. As a mark of respect to his work, the village men also attend his last lesson. They are sad as they did not learn their mother tongue. French is there in their childhood. French is shocked to know that it's the last lesson as he does not know French. Now suddenly he gets interested in learning it and understand everything. He develops an instant liking for the teacher M. Hamel and respect him for his sincerity and hard work. He feels at departing from him and is ashamed for not being able to recite the lesson and participles of French. M. Hamel tells them that they are at fault for not being eager enough to learn, putting it off to the next day. He blames himself for not teaching them sincerely. His patriotism is reflected in his praise for the French language, as he said, Vive la France, as being the most beautiful and most logical language in the world. He tells the class to guard their language as close to one's language as the key to escape from prison of slavery. It will help them in getting free from Germans. They realize the importance of learning their mother tongue and they have been defeated by the Germans because of their illiteracy. French feels that it is not possible to take away one's language from a person as it is natural to each being, may it be the coo to the pigeons or French to the Frenchmen. Keywords with the meanings involved in the chapter: sawmill, a factory for cutting wood; drilling, exercise; tempting, attracting; resist, to stay away; bulletin board, a notice board for putting up the latest communication; apprentice, trainee; a great bustle, a lot of noise created by many people in unison at the same time; rapping, striking. These keywords are continued: counted on, depended upon; commotion, noise and confusion; blushed, face turned red in color due to shame; solemn, serious; primer, basic reader of any language; thumbed, torn and damaged; thunderclap, used in comparison to refer to something startling or unexpected; wretches, here it refers to an unfortunate happening; Sar, a river which passes through France. Now these keywords are continued throughout the chapter: nuisance, problems; cranky, strange or short-tempered; Sunday clothes, the best dress that person has; reproach, blame; not even the littlest ones, it refers to the pigeons, who worked light on tracing their fish hooks, scratching with their claws. It also refers for the pigeons. Coot, the sound made by the pigeons. Angelus, prayer song in the church that start is marked by ringing of the bell. Choked, became unable to speak due to strong emotions. Important questions with these answers. People in the story suddenly realize how precious their language. What shows you this? Why does this happen? The village men realized that their mother tongue, French, will no longer taught to them. They realize its importance. Suddenly, they feel their inclination towards learning. And in this chapter, the last lesson, the love of the French has been shown. Bring their old torn primers to learn, which shows their eagerness. They regret putting off learning to the next day. Now, finally, the last lesson has arrived, and they showed the love for their own language. They are ashamed of themselves, and they thought that the Germans have overpowered them due to their lack of their own language. There are some more questions. French thinks, will they make them sing in German, even the pigeons? What could this mean? French is disheartened because he comes to know that he can go no longer to learn this language, French. Their district has been captured by Germany and now German will be taught to them. French feels that mother tongue comes to a person naturally, he is born with it and no one can snatch it away. Just like the pigeons make the coo sound irrespective of the country from which they are, similarly human beings also communicate in their mother tongue as the Germans are trying to impose their language on the French. So similarly French feels that they will teach the pigeons also to coo in German language. He has given this example to highlight his point that language is natural mode of communication and it cannot be imposed. Now have a look at some CBSE class 12th board questions which are of short answer types and frequently asked from 2012 to 2020. So the first question we take, how French react to the declaration that it was their last French lesson. When French heard about this, he shocked and said, and suddenly he developed an intense love for this language and was keen to learn French. He was remorseful for not learning this language in the past and was sad that his teacher, Mr. Hamil, would go away. Now, the second question, it was asked in CBSE 2014. We have discussed this already. And the question is, are the elders of the village sitting? Why the elders of the village sitting in the classroom? The elders of the village came to the classroom to attend the last lesson of French in the school as a mark of respect to the teacher M. Hamil, who had been teaching there for the past 40 years. These elders had not studied well and could not even write their mother tongue, French, and so it was an opportunity for them. They came to attend the class. So thank you, students, and thank you for this wonderful opportunity given to me.